Okay, good morning everyone. Today we have a lesson number 1 in music. Our first lesson for learning music. I know many people during school learn some foundation of music, but for sure many forgot it. This is the opportunity to learn again with another method. The method is just to keep in mind patterns or models, and this is a model. This is an interesting model in music theory. But before to continue, let me see something much easier than this model. There we go. We have 7 notes until the octave, from C until C, where it repeats, but with a double frequency note. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, and do again. So this pattern is quite easy. Why? And this is very important to know, because when we memorize this pattern, which is very easy, then it's much easier to transpose other scales, and in that way, in doing so, we will be ready for more complex scales in music theory. So what do we have here? We have 2 semitones. From C to D there are 2 semitones. From D to E we have also 2 semitones. But look at here, this is the exception. From this distance from E to F is only 1 semitone. Then we continue from F to G, 2 semitones as well. And from G to A, 2 semitones. And the same idea from A to B, 2 semitones. And the last one is the exception. From B, from the 7th note to the octave, we have again only 1 semitone. So this pattern we have to apply to other models. Now we are going to give a step further. Keeping in mind this idea, we can go ahead. Look at here. It's the same pattern with these exceptions. Okay, we have here only 1 semitone. In this case we are beginning with D. We transpose from the C note to D note. We are beginning from the 2nd note, but the same pattern. From the 3rd note to the 4th note is only 1 semitone. The rest of them are 2 semitones, and this is the other case, the other exception. So we see that in order to have only 1 semitone from this note, from F to G, the only possible way is adding a sharp, making F sharp to have only 1 semitone through this distance, between F and G. And the other case is also making C sharp in order to have only 1 semitone from C sharp to D. So it's the same idea that we were talking about earlier, but we need to sharp this note and this note. That's why here we have two notes that are sharp, F and C sharp. Well, that's in the indication. So this is the sign, the symbol that we have to recognize in our music sheet in order to read and also to create music depending of the key. In this case the key is, let me change the color. This is the key of D. Okay, I guess this is quite clear. Okay friends, we continue. I have an example right here of the 7 notes, but in this case the notation is different. We begin with Roman number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But notice that the 2, 3, 6 and 7 are lowercase. Why? It's just to indicate that they are minor notes. Look here is A minor, B minor, look here E minor, and also here we have F minor, right? This example also I want to mention the song These Days by Bon Jovi in G major, that's the key that I mentioned earlier. It means that song begin, not necessarily begin, but this is the key. This is the key. Okay, this is the natural pattern I mentioned earlier, and I want you to practice to transpose other keys, other notes, in this case G. But notice here we have the same idea right here. G, A minor, B minor, C, C major, D major, E minor. But look at here. Look at here. This is the exception. This is supposed to be F minor. F minor sharp, like here. But in this case, Bon Jovi liked the idea, liked the progression, and broke with the pattern, because rock is this way. Rock and roll likes to break patterns, and rock stars always do that, with some exceptions. But most of the music of rock, jazz, and other genres that I'm not going to extend today in this lesson, they break patterns. This is the characteristic of rock and roll. And now look at another example. Look at the example 2 with a natural pattern, with a model we have learned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, in this case with the key of E. We begin, it means we begin with E, then in order to have two semitones, you know, you have to transpose, you have to convert, and we have F minor sharp to have two semitones, and then here two semitones as well, G minor sharp. But then from here to here we have only one semitone, remember, so it has to be A major, B major, and then we have C minor sharp, D minor sharp diminished, because this is the rule, this is the pattern. But look at here, right here in the song "To Be With You" by Mr. Big. The key is E, the same key we were talking about. And look at here, we have the same pattern as above, but this is the exception. Let me mark for you. This is not G minor sharp. In this case we have G major. It's breaking the pattern. Then we have A major, which is the same, B major. Look at here, is the same idea, C minor sharp, and look at here, breaks the pattern. This is rock and roll. This is a ballad, very calm, very relaxed song, but the genre belongs to rock and roll. Okay, this is the second example. Now I'm going to show you the third example. And look at here. Okay, there we go. Here we have a third example with the same key at the beginning of the example 1, G major. At this point you are ready to transpose and convert all these notes into minors, majors, and diminish. This is the song of More Than Words by Extreme. I forgot to name here the group, the band Extreme. And notice here the guitarist uses G major in the song, but also he uses G7. He respects A minor, like right here, B minor, but at times also he plays B minor diminished. He's breaking the pattern. He's breaking the pattern. Here at times he plays C, like here, like the natural pattern, but at times he plays C minor. He's breaking the pattern. And finally, right here, this is supposed to be F minor sharp diminished, like here, but he is just breaking the pattern, because this is rock and roll. Okay guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to take your inspiration far away. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel. If you want to hear more about this music theory, you can subscribe it. You can thumbs up. You can like this video as well. Okay, that's it. Thank you and see you next time.